You were never meant to see this sky. Not like this. Not with eyes that understand. For thousands of years, they've looked up and seen control, while you were told to see stars. But every time a planet aligns, every time a comet streaks through the darkness, a signal is sent, one that those in power decode, and you ignore. This July, the sky will burn with signs again. But these aren't just astronomical coincidences. They are celestial chess moves, rituals written into the heavens by ancient powers who understood one thing: if you control the calendar of the gods, you control the minds of men. And they did. The Maya, the Babylonians, the Vatican, the black nobility, names change, but the game never does. They watched the stars, yes. But more importantly, they watched how you reacted to them. Because men don't fear what they don't see. But what if every blood moon, every solar eclipse, every rare planetary alignment was a code, a countdown? What if you were trained, since birth, to ignore the one map that could set you free? The July sky of 2025 is one of those maps. The Delta Aquariids will bleed across the heavens, just as Saturn and Venus draw closer than they've been in a decade. But here's what they won't tell you: ancient civilizations used these alignments as ritual points, windows when the veil between influence and obedience grew thin. Rulers moved armies under full moons. Kingdoms rose and fell with planetary alignments. Entire populations were pacified after celestial displays. Not because the stars controlled them, but because the elites knew how to make you think they did. And you? You just watched. But this time, you won't. Because the signs are returning. Not just in the stars, but in you. You feel it, don't you? That pull? That unease when you look up and feel watched instead of watching? It's not paranoia. It's programming. And in the next 14 minutes, I'm going to show you how they've used the sky to chain your mind, mask your history, and manufacture your identity. So look up. Because everything they never wanted you to know is about to be revealed. They'll call it a meteor shower. Delta Aquariids, they say, just icy debris from a dying comet. But the ancients had a different name. The blood rain. Every July, it returns. Faint at first. Almost polite. A whisper of light across the void. But to those who knew the truth, these weren't meteors. They were messages, flashes of warning across the sky. The Inca believed the Delta Aquariids were the tears of forgotten gods, each streak, a soul cast out of the heavens. The Sumerians, long before telescopes, tracked this exact shower in clay tablets. And what did they find? Empires collapse. Leaders fall. Revolutions ignite. Not by coincidence, by design. Because in ancient times, this meteor shower marked a threshold. A time when the veil between fate and free will grew dangerously thin. The priests would gather. The blood sacrifices would begin. Not for the stars, but for the timing. Because during this storm, they believed the gods listened, and more terrifyingly, they responded. And what about now? In 2025, the Delta Aquariids peak on July 28, and here's what no one's telling you. The Earth's magnetic field will be at its weakest point in months. Solar flare activity is rising. Communications, moods, even dreams, all will be disrupted. It's subtle. But real. This isn't astrology. This is ancient science weaponized. Governments still know this. Quietly. Secretly. They schedule elections, pass unpopular laws, conduct black ops, all during high-energy celestial windows, because they understand what most have forgotten. People are programmable, and the stars are the original code. And as you watch the Delta Aquariids paint the night sky, ask yourself. Why now? Why always in July? And why do you feel different? Because you're not just watching a meteor shower. You're witnessing a signal, broadcast not just across space, but across time. On July 18, 2025, something rare will happen. Jupiter, Mars, and Venus, three of the most dominant celestial bodies in myth and mind, will align just before dawn. The scientists will smile and call it a triple conjunction. But to the ancients? This wasn't beautiful. It was a warning. Jupiter, the king. Mars, the god of war. Venus, the deceiver, the seducer, the bearer of duality. When these three align, ancient astronomers dropped their quills, abandoned their rituals, and prepared for upheaval. Because such alignments aren't just visual. They're vibrational. The gravitational pull, the energy shift in our solar system, it affects tides, minds, and movements. Monarchs reported madness in their courts. Civilizations rewrote calendars after these alignments. Even Caesar delayed invasions until the stars settled. And in July 2025, this alignment happens under another shadow. A rise in solar storms. Anomalous animal behavior. And increasing reports of collective nightmares. Coincidence? Or is something stirring? There's a reason secret societies, from the Rosicrucians to the Skull and Bones, study ephemeris charts more than economics. Because when planets align like this, belief becomes reality, and those who believe first, win. So ask yourself, why are you being distracted? Why is everyone looking down, when the real power is rising above? This alignment shouldn't be ignored. It should be feared. Or better yet, understood. Because if you know when the gods gather, you just might stop being their pawn. And start becoming one of them.